found a large portion of his music I like. I kind of hit a vibe for honestly like a day and a half where it was just like a bunch of stuff that, again, there was all great music. He's so freaking talented. It's just not my thing. But then I got into the right groove and I got into that funk rock and roll and that rock and roll side of him. And only one of the songs I'm going to use is one that was really airplayed and radio and all that, that I remember. But my number 5 is Rock and Roll is Dead.
Regretting it already.
And if I'm honest with you, the first time I heard that one, great intro, and then he kind of hits, like, I don't know, but then like you got to get like a minute into that song and all of a sudden it all starts making sense. And there's a couple of his where if you don't truly give it that whole time, and when you're trying to make it through 150 songs, 200 songs, it is hard to listen to everyone. So if 15 seconds don't catch it, and sometimes I fast forward 45 seconds in or something like that, and if somewhere right in there don't catch me, then I skip past. If it does, I'll go start it over and then I listen to it front to back. So that's kind of my method when I'm going through. He has a large catalog. I did not realize he had quite so many songs. But that song made it on the list, and it made it on the favorites list. I mean, that will be played. So my number 4, along the same lines, but probably more definitely rock and roll, but it's the Minister of Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
And that song has like a funk beat to it. It has that's kind of more of the Lenny Kravitz. I would have thought more of his music would have been like. Does that make sense? It was less lovey-dovey. It was less whatever. It was just rock and roll song. So that was number 4. My number 3. This one would have been like a badass 70s funk song, TK421. And that's my TK421. I mean, he's just getting it on there.
You just like the video.
I love that song for its personality.
I didn't even watch the video. This is all Spotify for me. I didn't YouTube none of them. This is all Spotify.
I think that's the most raciest of the video.
Okay. Okay. And it sounds sexy. I get it. So you're right. If that one, I mean, I was getting down at, like, I walked into work with my headphones on, still getting that, and I was probably doing, just a little bit of that. My boss was like, "Whoa, bud, get back a little bit. That's a little too much for me. Too much for me at 6:45." I'm just like,
I love it.
My number 2. This one would be the radio airplay song, but this is the one that this and one other were already on my favorites. But Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Hit the sounder.
Because I got to know, are you gonna go my way?
Yeah. And that one was, like I said, the Jimi Hendrix. That was the first video, that I remember seeing. That I mean, he was really playing up the Jimi Hendrix feel. I mean, his band. I was like, spitting image of Jimi Hendrix. I mean, the froze,
the way he played the guitar,
guys with the froze, definitely very vintage.
That's I think it was everything. Yeah, the way he played the guitar. I mean, that's where I said, I guess I'm probably along the lines of what you're saying there. Like, even when I went to look for him, I guess I thought, because we've talked about it on some other shows, me and you've never dug deep. I think I thought that was what more of his music would be like. And again, I not disappointed, just different. So my number 1, this song I did not find until yesterday, and I am so glad I did. And I played it right before the show, and if he wasn't so famous, I'd play it more often, but it's Mr. Cab Driver. Dude, and there's a part of it that Mr. Cab Driver, fuck you. Wait, even he says that, it's like it's just like, okay, and that song's like a powerful, like political, racial, there's like so many undertones in that song. I was trying to go see exactly if there was more like connotation to it, like through history with cab drivers, or if there was some personal or what, because that song, I don't think he was talking about a cab driver. That seemed like cab driver was a lot of different people in society almost, if that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So
done went got deep on you.
And I stole one from each of you. Glad I got to go first.
There you go.